All right, so it appears that Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, and the Wizards are back, which it was actually really hard to see. I actually started to feel bad for Westbrook. Now Westbrook, as you guys know, is definitely a pretty big stat patter, but to see him, see the team start out like 0-4, and it looked like they were going to be, they were the worst team in the league for a long time. But they're starting to pick it up now. So there's about like 4 minutes left in this Timberwolves Wizards game. Wizards are up 18, so they're obviously going to win. But they're winning games, man. They're winning games. That's about to be, two in a row for them and something like, 7 out of 8 or something like that. They were on a 5-game win streak, actually. And they were beating good teams, too, is the crazy part, man. They beat the Celtics. They beat the Rockets. They beat, the Nuggets. They beat the Blazers. They beat the Lakers. These are good teams they're beating. They lost to the Clippers by a decent amount, but it was kind of close for a bit, but then it kind of got separated. But obviously the Clippers are one of the best teams in the NBA, so there's no shame in that. Then they beat the Nuggets again. Now they're about to beat the T-Wolves. T-Wolves are ass, but a win is a win, right? So with that dub, that'll put them at 13 and 18. And the thing about the East is so garbage right now. There's only 3 teams even above 500. And the Raps are 500 at 17-17. There are 4. So you only really need to go on like a quick win streak, essentially, to at least put yourself back in the playoffs. It was getting so sad and embarrassing that I was actually really starting to feel bad for them. I don't want to see Westbrook go out like that. But it looks like the team is really starting to get together. I think a lot of it has to do with what Scott Brooks is doing. The only bad thing I could see about this, though, is the Wizards fans and the Wizards organization mistakenly thinking that they should not get rid of Scott Brooks. Scott Brooks is a horrible coach. There's a reason why they got rid of him in OKC. His failure to really make these rotation changes was a big mistake. I think they put Wagner and I forgot who else they put in the starting lineup. I think over Robin Lopez. That was really important for them. So now you can see a lot of people in double digits here, and this is what you want to see as a team. Wagner's got 12. Westbrook's got his triple double with almost 20 points. Beal's got 34. He almost has a triple double low key too. But you've got you got 5 players in double digits. Obviously, Davis Bertans is a beast 3-point shooter. So they're really starting to come together. But the question of are they going to be able to hold on to it? I think they will. But a lot of that comes down to coaching. I think people don't understand how important coaching, especially when it comes to lineups and rotations, are. So I do think the Wizards will make the playoffs, which is good because I was starting to feel bad for Westbrook and Beal. Not so much Beal because obviously Beal refused to leave. So I don't know. You just kind of don't feel bad for someone who's like, oh no, I want to stay here. But I do think the Wizards will make the playoffs. The only way I see the Wizards not making the playoffs, because the East is so trash, it's so easy to make the playoffs. They'll 100% make it. They do have a tough stretch coming up. But again, the only way I could see it happening is, let's say a team figures them out, right? Because in sports, teams figure out what you're doing pretty quickly, and you've got to figure out a way to adjust, right? We see that happen so much. And so if they figure out, your lineup and you need to make a change, can you make that change quick enough, or are you going to make the change at all? So the only way I could see them not making the playoffs is if trash-ass Scott Brooks, gets exposed and then he just refuses to change or doesn't know how to or doesn't do it in a timely manner. So I do see the Wizards making the playoffs, and they really do seem to be a good team. They're beating good teams. They're having really good distribution numbers in terms of points, and their players having many, many people in double digits scoring. It's just everything you could want if you're a Washington Wizards fan. You should be very excited right now because man, they're really starting to surge here.